Welcome back to On a Roll, everyone. I'm your host, Noah Talene. And today I am joined by...
Oh, me, Amanda Tingley, the student that won't leave, and also Larissa's true best friend.
I like that that's in contention. And also joined by...
Shania. I would also like to throw in my name as Larissa's best friend.
Am I missing out on something here? Something about Larissa that I don't know?
I want to be Larissa's camera soulmate.
All right. The graphics are going to get crazy for this one. And today, we're going to be discussing dead genres.
Bum, bum, bum.
Good sound effect.
When I'm talking about dead genres, I just mean that just ones that don't get as much play anymore. I think in every way, some genre still has some representation sort of today. So we're going to just talk about some of the ones that we like, what happened to them, how they might come back, or if they have. And the first one I wanted to talk about was Westerns. Do you guys watch Westerns?
A lot when I was a kid because of my dad.
Do you have any favorites?
It was always Clint Eastwood.
The Bad and the Ugly and
Yeah.
the Fistful of Dollars trilogy.
Get 3 coffins ready.
Huh?
I was not grown up on Westerns. I actually watched 3 this week just to talk about Westerns.
Really? Okay. So which ones did you watch?
I watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Django.
Okay.
And I watched Hateful Eight.
Got room for one more?
I thought it was hilarious. But it's just interesting to see how it evolved and like going from straight watching The Good, the Bad, the Ugly right to Django. I was like, these are so different, but so the same.
I don't know, Western's kind of a problem today because it's just not as much of a, you have to just take them and just spin them into something kind of like Tarantino, just make it this excessive, crazy thing. Like Breaking Bad, I think is a good example. Have you guys seen it?
I've seen some.
Some of it?
I didn't finish it.
It's kind of got the exact same philosophy, but it's modern day, you know?
Yeah.
It's got the same pacing, it's got the same like very minimal dialogue, and they'll sit on these big wide shots, and then it's just, everything feels like it's just anticipation for something.
Yeah.
Are you ready? This is my...
It's gotten just so far away from what it originally was,
Okay.
which work in its own way, but I feel like it's not the same. But I would argue a lot of the Westerns kind of use up a lot of, like when you've seen a handful of them, I think you've got the idea. Like I'd say the Fistful of Dollars trilogy is very good, and then basically anything Sergio Leone
I feel like
did.
they're just in this day and age, they're not like they don't appeal to people as they would like back then.
The world is evolving and it wants more technology.
Yeah.
This gone wrong. Oh, technology, future, explosions, action.
My mistake. 4 coffins.
I feel like spoof comedies, like, you know,
Oh yeah.
Scary Movie, like Airplane, all those like comedies, just like those actually were pretty good. But I feel like a lot of those movies wouldn't fly nowadays, to be honest.
I mean, they were just so fucking terrible.
Is it too late to crash the wedding? What am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie? Now.
Spaceballs and stuff like that, and Airplane. Like those are those are completely different animals than like Scary Movie. But then they started doing Date Movie and Epic Movie. It's just
that's true.
trash. They had them every year. There was a new one.
Yeah.
And I think that is part of the reason why you literally don't see those at all anymore, right?
Yeah, I think they just did it so
No.
much that it just killed it.
Yeah, and I think that's another perfect reason what kills a genre is just when it's just shoved down people's throat. That's like why everyone's comparing the superhero craze to the Westerns, because Westerns were the same deal, where it was like simplistic premise. People already know what they're getting themselves
Yeah.
into. Here you go. And it was like that straight for years.
Yeah, and I guess I could also say like the same for like Japanese horror that was remade.
Oh yeah.
It was just like, like The Ring. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. Oh, like
Yeah.
the first one was good, but then they just kept doing more. And even like for Japanese like films, like they kept going to like too much.
Oh
Not
yeah,
like
yeah. There was a
Godzilla and,
versus movie. Yeah, between it's The Ring and what's it? The Grudge. The other one.
Yeah,
They had
The
a
Grudge,
versus
yeah.
movie between.
It's just like I think they got too like popular that it like kind of lost its like where it was going kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I think,
And
yeah.
the business just took over. It was
Yeah.
like, money, 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 more, more.
I think it's just they burn out too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
And like going off of horror, another one of the ones I want to talk about was found footage. And I think that one's interesting because it's so recent and it died so fast, like
Yeah.
instantly. Like I mean, the Blair Witch Project was like the first big one that got like recognition in any kind of way. And then it was gone for a while until
What is it?
I liked them. I like the concept of it, but I feel like the viewer is too aware now. It's a film.
Yeah, they had like the same like plot points and like slow build up to the end, which is like the big thing.
And I think that sucks because I think that genre it's such a good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
you can play around with that in so many weird ways, but yeah, everyone just did start in a living room, have like a bunch of people like acting out their day for the first 20 minutes. Oh, things are getting weird. Even stuff like Cloverfield, which was like a giant monster,
Yeah.
it still had the exact same like structure to it. And I think it sucks because like some of like my favorite horror movies were called REC, and it was the same sort of idea where it was like news crew following a fire team. They were just following them for like a news story, and then they end up getting called to this house, and it ends up being like this weird virus that gets spread around. And then the second movie is the same thing. It's a record cam perspective, but it's the SWAT team following up on the first movie, trying to
Yeah.
figure out what happened. So it's like parallel films with like this found footage perspective. That idea it's worth watching alone because it's just such a unique spin on that genre in of itself.
Yeah, I feel like the horror genre, like they have like subgenres that like die really quickly.
Kind of like I think the last 10 years it was like The Haunting, basically. It
Yeah.
was all the Conjuring universe. Is that one of
Oh,
those
yeah.
films? Yeah. I've only ever seen The Conjuring. I
Yeah.
didn't see Annabelle or any of that sort
Or like
of
The
stuff.
Nun.
Yeah.
I like those. I watch those.
Are they good? I just don't know anything about them.
they're not good.
Oh.
But I watch them.
I mean, I get really scared, so like I'm not even watching them most of the time. It's just me under the blankets. So.
You're listening.
Yeah, I'm
You can
listening.
hear it.
So guys, is there any genres that you'd like to see come back from the dead?
I like soap operas and dramas. I want them to become bigger, more, better.
Bigger and like
I need higher stakes or something. I don't know. Like lately, it's been
can you give me an example? Because I'm
Yeah.
completely unfamiliar with this genre.
Grey's Anatomy. Is it technically a soap opera?
Yeah,
I think so. Lately, it's been like just she's looking for a guy. Whereas past season, her husband died. She's pregnant. Go, go, go. I want him to.
How about you, Amanda?
What I want to bring back? Honestly, I kind of want to bring back like those cheesy '90s love like comedies. You know, like what's it like? Can't Buy My Love, 16 Candles.
Oh, okay.
Like all the John Hughes.
John Hughes,
movies.
that's who I was trying to think of, yeah. Yeah, you don't get that really, right?
Yeah, like those like those feel good movies kind of.
Wait, what about like the kissing booth or whatever?
See, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm imagining would happen with these.
I mean, good like cheesy movies.
Yeah.
Those ones, okay, that one's. I have no words actually for that one.
Wait. What about To All the Boys I Want?
Oh,
That's the
actually,
one I was trying to think of.
that's a good one. Okay, but the second one, no.
The Prince trilogy of movies. What
was
is
it
that?
like? What's that? Like, I Married a Prince or something.
Wait, I don't know that one.
I'm just mentioning these so I can cut to them all and how terrible trailers they're gonna have.
Besties since the day we were born. How have we stayed so close? We have a set of rules. Like rule number 2, never tell anyone else.
Lucas from Homecoming. John Ambrose from
Those are kind of like more like Hallmark movies, which the quality is always bad. I mean, like I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
No.
Something I listened to was talking about film critique and stuff like that, and it was talking about like if art can be subjective or objectively good or bad. That's a long discussion right there, but part of the discussion was talking about how using different scenes in different genres of film don't work. So like this one example I saw them like really hone in on, they were talking about Black Panther, and they said the opening scene of it where T'Challa is like ambushing those guards, it's too dark, you can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but it's supposed to be shot like suspenseful, like the guards don't know what's going on. It's meant to be like that.
Because it's like a surprise attack.
Yeah, and then the rebuttal to that was like, but this is an action movie, so you can't do that, so it's bad editing. And then I thought about that, I'm like, all genres, they're like a template of like tropes and stuff like that people just throw down, and then as your starting plate, and it's like, okay, how can we rearrange this? It's not live or die rules.
Yeah.
And
It would be boring without breaking them. You'd get conventions and all the genres would die, like the Western.
I mean, if you like
unfortunately.
follow like the same format, like all these genres that we just talked about, it's gonna be
and
like,
that's what happened to it,
Yeah,
right?
they
That's
just
like that's
don't.
exactly what we were talking about. Like that's what happened to them because they were like, this is the template, this is what gets money. Let's do this for 10 years straight, and then we'll never look back. Like genre should be. It's like a categorization tool or like a marketing tool, I guess. Like that's like if I want to shorthand explain something to you, it's kind of like this, it's kind of like that. But like when you start talking about people like Tarantino or like the Coen brothers and stuff like that, it's like, I mean, they're action movies, but dramas, but they're also kind of funny. Like I don't know how many of the
there's
Coen
like
brothers.
comedies and they're kind
Yeah,
of
it's a good mixture, like hybrids that get people in in the theaters now. Well, not in the theaters anymore, but
So I guess the moral of this is money ruins everything.
Yeah,
I agree.
there you go. Well, I think we've reached some sort of. We're all more enlightened now than we were before, right?
Yeah, I feel. I mean, I feel more dead inside because like.
Thanks for watching, everyone.